Hi, this is Asa, and welcome to my audio experience. What you're struggling with, your health is your greatest wealth. You shouldn't struggle. You shouldn't struggle at all. Your health, literally, are the choices we make today can and will determine the kind of health we're going to have tomorrow. And I always want to encourage you, if you're dealing with something, you need to lose 30 pounds, or maybe your energy levels are just not what they used to be. Maybe you just need a little spark, a little pep in your step to get things going. How many of you need that? Well, the reality is, if the body can get sick, it can also get well. We have to figure out what the body needs. You give the body what it needs, it works great. I'll just show you. Go eat, go a whole day without eating and drink nothing but water, and you'll see how tired you are, okay? Now, if you do nothing but fruits and vegetables, maybe you juice them all day long, you'll be tired for about a day. And if you did that for 3 days, you'd be bursting with energy the next day. The body would get rid of toxins. You'd be giving it more fruits and vegetables you've ever had probably in the last 5 years, all in 1 to 2 days, because you're juicing everything. 1.5% of Americans eat vegetables every single day. So the quality of what we put in our body, the quality time that we spend in exercise, of sleeping, of resting, of stress management, of managing others, of forgiving others, all that sort of thing. It sounds so pie in the sky, but that is what makes a difference in our overall health. And our health is so important and based on our choices that we make every single day. So the good news is that it doesn't matter what you showed up with. It doesn't matter if you have 3 different health challenges you've been diagnosed with, you're taking several medications, you're 30 pounds overweight. Your body has the potential to get healthy again. But you have to want it. You have to be willing to do what it takes to take responsibility for your health. It's the reality. And we can do it. You can do it. But the challenge is life gets in the way, and our families and work and responsibility and 2 jobs. And then all of a sudden, a bunch of fast food burgers later, there's cholesterol and diabetes, and you've gained 30 pounds. So if you've gotten into that situation, the good news is you can come out. I just want to tell you today that you can come out. You don't have to be stuck. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Just go to the website or give us a call. Either one. Let's go to Tammy now. Hi, Tammy.
My mother, she's 80, going to be 89. She's an invalid, diabetic, et cetera, et cetera. She had an upper respiratory tract infection. She was on doxycycline. It was hard on her stomach. We got rid of the respiratory infection, but it made her vomit and not eat. And then she got dehydrated, which led to she had an impaction, wound up in the ER. They tried to manually remove a lot of it. They got some of it out, but we've been dealing with this for 2 months. So she's lost a lot of weight, and sometimes she'll eat well, other times she'll just eat a little soup and drink something. So what in the world can we do? The nurse practitioner put her on, we've had, what is it? I call it jet fuel. It's a Miralax. We've tried that. We've tried Milk of Mag. We've tried Ducalax. We've tried Lactulose. We've tried, what is it that they clean you out when you have a colonoscopy, the liquid. Oh, shoot, can't think of it right now. Anyway, she's had that. We've just done everything. We're having some results, but unless we keep doing this, she doesn't, kind of go on her own. She's incontinent as it is, but we just can't get the rest of this impaction out, and so she gets diarrhea, loses more weight. What else can I do?
There's a lot you can do. And, one of the keys that you have to focus on with digestive health, and this is one that I have seen quite a bit, is if the wrong bacteria, like I've heard you do the lactulose and you've done milk and magnesia and you've done all that. I get that. But you have to look back. You got to step back and say, okay, what is the body not getting that it normally gets? And is it had the right bacteria in the gut? Is she getting plenty of probiotics? Is she eating a diet that's free of inflammation, that it's low inflammatory so that the body can heal? Those are the kind of questions you got to ask. And on my website, we've got a whole list of foods that are anti-inflammatory that you can kind of combine and mix together and get the right kind of routine. So that's there. You can take a look. Pretty simple, pretty easy. And then the other key, too, that you have to look at for her is what is she taking or what is she not taking that works. So the diet has to be right first. And then the other key you have to look at are things like beets. Beets are phenomenal. And you steam a beet, cut it up, put it over a salad. The red dye in beets stimulates cholecystokinin, which is in the gallbladder, which will also stimulate in the small intestine. When that happens, it increases peristalsis. And so things start moving, bottom line, okay? So that beets are really good. I get an organic beet, cut it up, put it over salad, eat it the night before, and things really can start moving the next day. So the impaction, I get it because you can't move. I understand that. And there's a lot of an issue with the movement. But movement inside internally can happen too if she eats the right kind of food. So I'd focus on getting the bacteria right, focus on getting the food right. I mean, the food is the key. You keep looking at the supplements and the powders and the magnesium and all that. You got to look at her foods that are coming in each and every day. And a lot of times people will get in their elder years, and I see this a lot. It's like, well, she's an invalid. If she wants a pizza, just give it to her. Or if she wants her bowl of ice cream and she's in stage 4 cancer, just give it to her. You know, that's the time of life that if you're going down at any level, I don't know about you, but if I'm going to go down, I'm going to go down swinging. I'm not going to go down giving up. And you want to have that spirit, that excitement with someone to get them to know that every day that they're doing something toward benefiting their health, it benefits them and it benefits all the loved ones around them, because the loved ones see them fighting and doing everything they can so they can stay here as long as the Lord has them to be able to be as healthy as possible, even in the middle of a tough health challenge. So for her, putting everything together, making sure the nutrition's right, that's number one. Plenty of water that she can drink. I mean, the incontinence, I get that. But I would make sure she's got the right kind of nutrition. I would get a nutritionist involved with her that would definitely consider helping, because you've got to have somebody that really knows what they're doing. And you don't want to just listen to me, and you don't want to just go look on Google and the internet and figure it out. You want to have someone that really has worked with something like this in a situation like this, and they can work with you and lay out a good solid game plan, because that's the only way you're really going to win. I mean, that is the true key right there. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. What about fat loss, and what about exercise plans? Well, I've got a couple of keys that I'm going to give you when we come back that will really help you line up ways to drop the extra belly fat. There's no gimmicks. I mean, there are ways to do that, and there's certain diets, but a lot of times you can say that a lot of them work, or if not all of them work to some degree. But there's some basics that if you follow, I'm going to give you 5 tips that can make a difference in dropping the belly fat. And we're going to talk about that when we come back. Also, brain chemistry is a hot topic. Bipolar, depression, ADHD. What do you do? Are there natural methods to do that? There are. And we'll talk about that in just a moment. You're listening to On Call Radio, 888-283-7272. Hi, it's Asa. I'm giving you a copy of my best-selling book for free to help you in your health journey today. I'll pay for the book. All you do is just cover the small shipping and handling costs. Go to asarx.com and get your free book today. People want them. The emails all the time. There's a million of them out there, and there's great ways to drop the weight. And it's more than just eat less and exercise more. It really is. So to get your body in the right kind of composition where you're lean and you got the body fat down and you're really getting into a good place, one of the keys you have to look at is your diet. It's number one. and it's getting plenty of lean quality protein. You can't do it on an all carb diet. If you're all vegan, you're not going to be able to get as lean and maintain muscle tissue. It's just not going to happen. You're not getting enough of the right kind of proteins. If you do vegetarian, it just depends on the level that you are. You can do eggs and fish, and I think those proteins will be enough. Pescatarian, I guess they call them. But if you do that, then you can probably pull it off. The proteins, even from the pea protein, that is a good source. Some people can do well in it. It just depends on your body type. However, so you want to get a certain amount of protein going, at least a gram per pound of body weight. And then your healthy fats, want to make sure your fats are at least about 30% of your diet, because you've got to have enough fats to make the hormones in the body. And remember, the hormones are the key. That's why everybody's running around to hormone clinics after the age of 45, doing the pellets and the creams and the shots, trying to get their youth back. It's because we went through all that time period and we stopped eating fats. And it was all high carbohydrate, and everybody got diabetes, and everyone's on hormone replacement. And because they're still scared to eat fat, they think fat makes them fat, and it doesn't. Fat gives you energy. Fat actually gets you lean, and it gives your body what it needs. It brings mental clarity, allows the hormones to work well. Fat is an essential key to the overall diet equation and your eating equation. So eating habits, number one. Number two is to make sure you're exercising 5 days a week. Now, here's the key. If you want to really drop some extra belly fat, the way to do it is early morning exercise. First thing when you wake up in the morning, it's been proven that if you'll drink a little bit of water so you're not dehydrated, and again, if you've got blood sugar issues and all that, you've got to be cautious with this. You probably need to drink a little bit of a protein powder or something before you do this to stabilize blood sugar, and your doctor needs to know and all that kind of jazz, okay? Because they may have on a special routine, and you don't want to just break that up. So when you first get up in the morning, a great little tip is to drink green tea, okay? Drink about 6 ounces of green tea, hydrate your body, and then immediately get on some type of exercise. So whether it's walking outside, getting on a treadmill, or riding a bike, or whatever it is, what happens is the capillaries are a little bit more receptive through the thicker, tougher fat that's in the waistline and in the hips and thighs. So many times when you do that early morning cardio, as we call it, then it can increase the body's ability to get blood flow through there and to diminish some of the fat cells. So you might end up burning more body fat, specifically belly fat in those tougher areas, even the organ fat that we call like the brown fat that can get around the liver. And we have like things like fatty liver, fatty organs. And that can be a great tip too. So the early morning cardio is a great time. Then come back and drink your shake, eat your breakfast, whatever it is, and just do it. You don't have to do it for 45 minutes. You can do it just for 20 minutes or 15 minutes. But if you treat that as a routine and get that as a normal activity, then you can start noticing some pretty strong benefits of that as well. So another one too that's really important is your rest. This is one I think that just does not get looked at. If you're not sleeping, if you're not getting enough rest, then your body's not going to be able to drop the body fat that you need. Your hormones are not going to be able to recover and repair. Like testosterone, growth hormone, is not going to be what it needs. And so by getting enough rest, it's proven 7 to 9 hours is optimal for you to be able to get everything you need, okay, for your body to recover and repair. And so it's not just take fat burners and drink protein shakes and go work out and you're going to get lean. It's not that simple. And you don't have to work out for a long period of time. This is a big key right here, is duration. I'm big on workout duration. If you want to go work out with weights and you want to do a routine, do not go in the gym for an hour and a half. Don't go in there for 2 hours and think the longer you do it, the better you're going to be and the better results you're going to have. It doesn't work like that. The body has to work with its natural hormone rhythm. And what happens is after about 46 minutes, the body's cortisol levels drastically increase. Okay, cortisol is a stress hormone that tears down muscle tissue and stores body fat or belly fat. I mean, how does that sound? So you want to be really cautious with that and make sure you don't go over 46 minutes. Now, all the way up to that point, you've got great amounts of testosterone, which is a good hormone that helps build muscle and burn body fat. High levels of growth hormone, again, an anti-aging hormone that comes from the pituitary gland that controls everything. So if you want to burn more fat, then you want to keep your workouts under 45 minutes. That is the takeaway from that little nugget. And then also drink more water. Half your body weight in ounces of water every single day. When we're dehydrated, then the fat-burning mechanism shuts down. So you want to burn more fat, drink more water. And that's clean, purified water, not tap water. Okay? And you want to drink that on a regular basis and keep it consistent. You can drink teas, unsweet tea, green tea, whatever, and count that as your fluid intake, but it makes a huge difference in your overall health. 888-283-7272. You're listening to On Call Radio. Check us out on the web. American Pharmacy brings us our email. Jefferson in St. Louis, Missouri says, my mom's been dealing with gout. Do you have any help for her? Well, gout is a big deal. I mean, you want to make sure that she's breaking her proteins down. That's what gout is. Gout is the body's inability to break down proteins. So it happens in the digestive tract. And that's why hydrochloric acid is a supplement you can get at a health food store. It'll increase the hydrochloric acid in the stomach. Or you can get something like apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar has been shown to be very helpful, too, at getting in and helping to break up a lot of these proteins. So you can check that out. Now, if you haven't gone to American Pharmacy, go to their website, AmericanPharmacyCompany.com. If you deal with pain like gout, or you have neuropathy pain or headaches, migraine headaches, they're a natural pharmacy. They have all kinds of compounding creams their pharmacist makes. And guess what? Most of it is absolutely free. The reason is if you've got Medicare or any insurance, most insurance will pay for this. So go to AmericanPharmacyCompany.com and check them out. If you deal with any kind of neuropathy pain or joint pain or migraine headaches, I'm telling you what, it's something like I've never seen. They're an amazing company. We'll be right back. Did you know that you can listen to the Asa Rx audio experience on Spotify and Pandora? For all the ways to watch and listen, check out our show page at asarx.com/experience.
To find out more, visit the show online, InShapeNetwork.com.
Whatever choice you make today with your health, whether it's to eat better or to get out and exercise, or maybe to sleep a little bit, an extra hour because you're not getting enough sleep, to manage stress, to handle relationships a little bit better, whatever it is, know that the choices we make today can and will determine the kind of health we're going to have tomorrow. It's true. It matters. So you can't just be stuck where you are. I mean, you have to thrive in your health and get out and make the right choices, because you can't sit back. I mean, when it comes to losing weight, feeling better, having more energy, the day can't control you. You have to control it. And so you tell your body what to do. You give it the right kind of foods for the fuel that it needs. It all matters. Now, if you're looking for ways to overcome a lot of these health challenges, we have a lot of protocols at the website. And we've got some great tips and tools there and tricks that you'll find that will really, really help. Now, our food of the hour, we're going to talk about something that I think is really important, because food is our best medicine in so many ways. Food either brings health to the body or what? It takes health out of the body. And we have to make sure that we have the right kind of foods coming in each day. And if you don't, that's when the body starts breaking down. So if somebody comes to me and they say, hey, I've got diagnosed with diabetes, or the doctor told me I've got heart disease, or I just got diagnosed with cancer, or whatever it is, my first thought is, okay, what have you been doing? What were your choices like? What was your life like over the last 10 years or the last 5 years? So what kind of stress have you been under? And what types of foods have you eaten? Did you exercise? How were your relationships? What was your environment like? So you start looking at all these different areas, and you start realizing that all these keys matter. And at the moment that you start making these changes, you can see the body turn around. But until somebody recognizes that, nothing happens. Things just break down. They get worse. You take your medicine, and you think, well, I guess it is what it is. I'm just going to have this condition or this health challenge. But the body can change, but you have to be willing to change. Nobody can change but you. I mean, you have to take responsibility for your health in your life. So I can get someone to eat chicken. I can get somebody to eat broccoli, but it's tough to get them to exercise. It's tough to get them to forgive. It's tough to get them to move in some of these other areas. And what's tough for one person is not tough for the other. So it's our lifestyle that really is our medicine in so many different ways. So I'm going to break down, I'm going to talk a little bit about one of the top nutrients I think is important that we don't really talk a lot about. It's called vitamin A. So vitamin A is found in abundance in a lot of the orange-type vegetables. So think about carrots, think about sweet potatoes, loaded in those. And then it's also in things like cod liver oil, which I think is something that should be just a staple in everybody's diet, is getting enough of the cod liver oil and the fish oil. It's critical. If you don't get enough of that, then you're not getting the omega-3s, you're not getting the vitamin A, you're not getting the things that you need. The immune system is one of the big keys that vitamin A strengthens. So it's essential for the lymphocytes, which are white blood cells. It helps fight infection. Really good for the eyes, too. Vitamin A is the multivitamin for the eyes. So just remember that. It's vital for healthy eyes to fight against cataracts, macular degeneration, glaucoma, and a lot of the age-related ocular diseases. The bones and teeth are another one. So once converted to retinoic acid, vitamin A can effectively maintain healthy bones and teeth. Dentin, which is that covering, it's a coating around the teeth, it requires vitamin A to make the hard layer. So think about it. The other is urinary stones. So the urinary calculi, which is particles in the urinary system that cause pain, so kidney stones, a lot of times they can come from this. Cancer is a powerful antioxidant. Vitamin A fights against oxidative stress, which if we hear about antioxidants, it acts like an antioxidant. So when the body and the cells begin to oxidize, it comes in to protect against that. So cancer has a real hard time with this, and that's why vitamin A is a strong advocate to fight against cancer. The skin is really important too. Antioxidant properties of vitamin A can combat the free radicals that can cause damage in the skin through a lot of the oxidative stress. And by maintaining proper retention, the skin not only is protected from common dryness, but also keratinization. So the scaly patches, the acne, even wrinkling is really, really good for being supportive of that. That's why the retin A concept that was way back in the 80s, it's still prevalent today, and they still use it for good skin health and reducing fine lines and wrinkles and all that. But that's why it works. Helps to rebuild collagen, helps to rebuild our skin in so many different ways, and can make a tremendous impact. In our reproductive system, it's really important that for males and females alike, it makes a huge difference in the way that all that functions. So vitamin A, an easy way to get it if you don't like doing sweet potatoes and all that is to do a tablespoon a day of cod liver oil. It is loaded with, I believe it's like 5,000 units of vitamin A just in 1 tablespoon. So it may even be 7 or 8, but it's pretty amazing. So yes, you can get too much of it, but it takes a lot to get toxic, and guaranteed you're not getting that. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Check us out on the web. If you haven't gone to our app store, go to the app store and download the app. It's called On Call Radio. It's a great way to catch the show, and you can listen from the show from the day before all the way until we go live the next day. So if you miss something, it's a great way to stay connected and go in and do that. So we're here for you in every way that we can. Social media, we take all those, put them into the show. Tweet us, Facebook us, whatever it is, we want to help. Let's go to the phones, talk to Erica. Hi, Erica.
And I have been having like vertigo spells, and I want to know what's wrong with me. Maybe
with vertigo? Well, the vertigo. Here's the thing: vertigo, a lot of times could be from the inner ear, so there could be an issue simply with the little tubes in the ears and the fluid that moves through them. And that's why your physician can take a look and see if that's the case. Now, there's another way that vertigo is affected in the body. And the way you look at that is with vertigo, one of the big keys too is within the spine. So the cerebellum, which is a part of the brain stem, sits down within the first and second cervical vertebra. Okay, it's called C1 and C2, or the atlas and the axis. And if there's any kind of malposition in that area, many times vertigo can be corrected and can be helped just by repositioning those bones if they're in the wrong position. So that's a great way to look at it. You might want to have someone take a look at that. An osteopathic physician or a chiropractic physician can help and really give you some strong insight with exactly what's going on. I mean, that's one of the big keys. And I would take a look at it, because with vertigo, which is not fun, and just the whole concept that goes along with it can be really, really challenging. 888-283-7272. You're listening to On Call Radio. You give us a call. If you haven't found one of our lifestyle providers, these are healthcare providers in your area that believe the same way we do, all this nutrition and lifestyle-based care we talk about. And you can find them pretty easily. Our team members are always standing by to help, so you can just call the office and call the number there, and we can help find someone in your area. Sometimes if you don't know what to do, or you don't know what to eat, or don't know how to exercise, or don't know what your exact body chemistry is, then they can be helpful. And they can really help lay out a plan, structure a plan that can be beneficial for you. Now, there's a lot of snacks too that I get hit with. I'm like, what can I eat if I'm on the run? I mean, you're on the run all the time. What do you do? Well, I do several things. Now, I don't miss meals. Okay, I work out a lot. I exercise a lot, and for me, it's always been a discipline. And people say, well, how do you on the road and work so much and do all you do and still eat 6 times a day? Because I plan it, and I've got a system down that works. So I do my nuts and fruit for my snacks. I have protein shakes that are organic that makes it really, really easy. I schedule my 3 meals a day. I don't miss, no matter what's going on, what I have to do. I get my fruits and vegetables in. I get my healthy fats in. I've got kind of a formula that I follow that no matter what, I'm going to get a certain amount of protein in, and I'm going to get a certain amount of healthy fats in, certain amount of water in, and it just is what it is. And I make a goal. I set a goal for that. And if you do that and you get into a routine, I mean, that's what we help people do. If you just have a hard time understanding what your body needs, because, see, everybody's different. There's ratios that are different for every body. And until you get the right nutrition coming in, you're not going to get the results that you're looking for. So some snacks that are pretty good for, I think really good in there. Number one, you want to get control or creative with the flavor. All right. So people that eat snack foods all the time, they want to just go dry, like dry carrots and broccoli. Well, a lot of times that can be tough. You can use things like balsamic vinegar. You can use hummus dip, which is a great way to put that in there. Nuts, if you're going to do those, people say, well, you can't do salted. Well, they taste great salted, right? So now they're making a lot of the raw nuts like cashews and walnuts with sea salt. And so you can actually find them with just Celtic sea salt mixed in. It gives a great flavor. And nuts are one of the top foods, I think, for snacking, because they can actually trim up the waistline just with the components. Stay hydrated, too, is another one. Make sure you drink at least half your body weight in ounces every single day in water. And you want to look at also a couple of things. You want to spend plenty of time with exercise, and it does help in your eating, snacking habits. Another one of my favorites for snacking is our nut butters. So almond butter, they make a walnut butter that's amazing. Sunflower butter is really good too. Gluten-free bread products, those are great. And don't forget, yogurts are great now. The plain Greek yogurt, and get organic, is a great quick snack to get in there. Hard-boiled eggs are another great one too. There's so many, and as a matter of fact, I've got a whole list. Go to my website and you'll be able to find it there. Coming up, I'm going to get more to your questions. I see you waiting there. Don't go anywhere. We're going to jump in and also talk about heart disease when we come back. Hi, it's Asa. I'm giving you a copy of my best-selling book for free to help you in your health journey today. I'll pay for the book. All you do is just cover the small shipping and handling costs. Go to asarx.com and get your free book today.
Connect with On Call Radio and watch On Call TV at InShapeNetwork.com.
Now, the question I get a lot is it better, you're going to lose more fat if you go low carb or if you go low fat? Well, I've got news for you. Now, I can just tell you that, what I think, or we can go to the studies. And there's been studies done on this. And for people that want to lose weight and boost their overall health, cutting down on carbs may work better in trimming than trimming dietary fat. So a small clinical trial of obese adults, they looked at this, and they rounded up everybody with low carbohydrate diets for about a year, and then people that were on a low fat diet. On average, they lost 8 pounds more and lost more body fat mass. This is what the researcher said. This was done at Tulane University. And while some experts have raised concerns that low-carb diets could be less than heart healthy, these findings suggest otherwise. They actually said that it improved cardiac function. So low-carb diets have traditionally been seen as potentially risky. But in the study, the people in the low-carb diet saw a slightly greater improvement in their levels of good cholesterol and triglycerides, which is a type of blood fat, and also lowered the LDL, which is the bad cholesterol. The other caveats, they said, by a couple of dietitians in the study, they said, for one, people in the low-carb diet didn't stick to it at all that well. Okay, the regimen called for no more than 40 grams of carbs a day and equivalent to about 2 slices of bread. By the end of the year, people in the low-carb group were averaging about 127 grams of carbs a day. So I do think that people eat too many carbs, she said. So eating fewer carbs and choosing high-quality ones like fruits, veggies, beans, and whole grains is a good idea. But one of the concerns about the low-carb diet, she said, is that people will not get enough fiber. And a high-fiber diet can help ward off disease. And studies suggest that it can aid in weight loss by making people feel more full. So instead of lowering carbs too much, she said you can replace a lot of the refined carbs like bread, pasta, cereal, crackers, and that sort of thing with your fiber-rich foods like more vegetables, carrots and broccoli, cauliflower, raw veggies, that kind of thing. That actually makes a big difference. The people in both groups had counseling. They met with dietitians and all that. But hands down, that people in the lower carb group fared better and they had better body composition. Now, the one thing is the muscles use carbs as fuel. So it can be hard to exercise on a low-carb diet. People on a low-fat diet who were eating more carbs had probably better workouts, but they still, at the end of the day, did not shed as many pounds. So you're going to shed more weight on the low-carb diet. So it just depends on what you want to do and how you want to routine that. They both go hand in hand. They both have benefits, but the greater one, I think, is the low-carb, because your fats, remember, you got to have 30% of your diet in healthy fats. You have to every day. Your body needs that to be able to produce everything that we need. So, that's one of the big keys. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Give us a call. You're listening to On Call Radio. Check us out on the web. Whatever you're struggling with, remember, our lifestyle providers can help you go to that next level with your health and your life. That's what it comes down to. Sometimes you just need someone to take you by the hand and help. And that's what our lifestyle providers do. They're healthcare providers in your area that believe the same way we do, all this nutrition and lifestyle-based care. Let's go to the phones and talk to Jane. Hi, Jane.
I need some information on a long-time methadone user and help me out with this situation. It's dealing with my health. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome, hon. I just, the thing is, I know it's tough, and one of the big keys you've got to look at is you've got to get help from a professional, and someone you can meet face-to-face with, because that accountability it works. And to break that addiction and to break that cycle and to break that pattern is going to be tough. It will, but it's very doable, and you can do it. It's just that accountability really does matter. Having someone there that can walk with you really matters. And you just can't back off of it. Like, once you get started down the path, you can't go back. You don't want to go back. You want to get in and stay in and really create a good system to where you can thrive. And you're not just barely making it, and you're not keep going, falling off the wagon, coming back on. You want to have somebody that can help you. So there's medications that can help, but it's really that accountability and that physician accountability, in my opinion, that can help you the most. So I would get someone to walk through that process with you that can help, hold you by the hand. Even if it's like a nurse practitioner or whomever that understands medicine, that can walk you through it, because there's going to be tough days. They're going to be tough days in this. And for you to win what you can, You got to have a teammate. You got to have some cheerleaders. And you can't be a solo pilot trying to read something you read on the internet and doing it yourself. So don't do that. Okay? Have someone that can help you along the way. 888-283-7272. Give us a call or go to the website. American Pharmacy Company brings us our email. If you haven't checked them out yet, go to AmericanPharmacyCompany.com. Check them out. It's a natural pharmacy. And guess what? Most of the products you don't even have to hardly pay for because insurance covers it. Medicare is approved and Medicaid, I believe, as well. But they have natural creams. If you deal with things like neuropathy or if you have aches and pains or migraine headaches or even sexual dysfunction at any kind, they can help. They've got some incredible products that are amazing. So they bring us our email. Lewis in Calvin, Texas, he says, what do you suggest a good source of vitamin D? Here's first and foremost, make sure you're getting blood tested by your physician for vitamin D at least twice a year. Vitamin D needs to be between about 70 and 90 on a blood test. If you're lower than that, you're not getting enough. It can't help for bone density. It won't help you with hormone function. You have to have enough vitamin D. So good sources, in my opinion, are the supplements because it's too hard to get out of fruits and vegetables. You have to eat a ton of them, and our sun is not giving us what we need. After the age of 50, you lose your ability to absorb vitamin D by 50%. So just going out to sit outside in the sun, you're not getting enough. Puts another hour in the charts. I want to thank our producer, J. Patrick, engineer John Garrison, and the rest of the team. Go tell one person something you learned on the show. Together, we can transform health.
Listen to the Asa Rx audio experience on Spotify and Pandora. For all the ways to watch and listen, check out our show page at asarx.com/experience.
Hi, it's Asa. I'm giving you a copy of my best-selling book for free to help you in your health journey today. I'll pay for the book. All you do is just cover the small shipping and handling costs. Go to asarx.com and get your free book today.
This episode is over, but check episode notes for links to products and services you've heard about on this episode. Thanks for listening and subscribing. Please share the Asa Rx audio experience with others and stay in touch by giving us your comment or review.